Good morning, it's Leslie with Monroe Glen Homestead. Real quick, I want to show you how I cook our chickens. This is a big 5-pound, 10-ounce bird. It's almost filling my crock pot. I've filled it up with water, and then I put in some garlic scrapes. Usually I put in garlic. I put in some carrots and onions. I will never put celery in my stock because I do not like the taste of it, like at all. I've got 2 bay leaves in there. Bay leaves kind of help, I don't know. There's some synergistic quality to it that helps. Leftover from gaps, I put in 4 peppercorns, and that's just, it gives it the pepper flavor, and you don't have to actually digest the peppercorns. I put in some of my favorite salt. This is taken salt to a whole new level. This is so good. This is better than pink Himalayan salt. So yeah, I put in probably about 2 tablespoons of that. And then I did 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar just to help extract some of the things from the bones. This will sit and cook. It's a little bit frozen still. So I'll put it on high for 6 hours and we'll come back to it and pull it apart, and I'll let you guys watch that. And this is my favorite way to cook chicken because it just sits on the stove all day and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make sure it's completely defrosted before I bake it or something like that. So. And we're going to get all kinds of meals out of this. We're going to get meat stock out of this, and we're going to get beautiful fall apart shredded chicken. It's just so good. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys in a little bit when after this is cooked. Okay, chicken's been cooking for 6 hours, and then I let it cool off a little bit. I kind of scrape everything out, and I put them into a bucket so that I can give it to the chickens or pigs. Our pigs aren't here right now, so this will go to the chickens. And what they don't eat, they'll just make into compost. Scrape out all the big stuff. And I'm going to transfer the chicken into a strainer. So I'm going to put the strainer on top and try to pick him up so he can cool off. Because right now it would be way too hot to try to pull it apart. Kind of falling apart. That looks really good. Important step in pulling apart the chicken. I'm going to be putting the skin back into the broth, and then I'm going to use a stick blender and blend it up. It makes it creamy, delicious. It's like the best chicken broth. It makes it sweeter. That fat just So yeah, there's a lot of fat on the skin, and a lot of it's going to go back in here, but then I'll strain it again. So I will take out if I've left any carrot bits and things, that'll come back out when I strain it. So we're going to let the stuff cool a little bit more, and we'll come back and pull the chicken apart and make the broth. All right, so basically I make a pile of skin, of meat, and then bones and parts I'm probably not going to eat. Or make into bone broth. The thing is we make the meat broth is kind of meeting our needs right now. But like these joints are really good for putting in with your bones for bone stock. So, and then this skin I'm going to put back into the broth. So we're just going to do that real quick. I'll speed you guys up so you don't have to do this with me the whole time. Okay, this chicken was like fall apart tender. But there's all my chicken bits off of a 5-pound, 10-ounce bird. It's just like fall apart. And now I'm gonna make the broth. It's really easy. I'm just gonna put the stick blender in and blend it up. Okay. Super, super healing, delicious tasting meat broth. Okay, and then I'm gonna strain this into probably half-gallon jars for right now. Oh, what a mess. Okay, a lot of times I will store them in these freezer. Whoa, there's a hole in it. I store them in the freezer, and these defrost really nicely. They will about 10 minutes on the stove, and you have broth ready to go. I hope you enjoyed spending the day in the kitchen with me. This does kind of take all day, but it's pretty hands-off, so it's good. You just got to remember to come by and unplug the crock pot and take the chicken out so that it cools off, and then you got to come back later and pull it all apart. I have pulled it apart the next day. I just put everything in the fridge. I don't recommend leaving the chicken in the water. It'll get the texture just kind of changes. It's it just gets soaked and saturated with water broth. So I always take the chicken out and then I'll put it in the fridge. But to make the broth with the skin back in it, it's really best to do it when it's warm. So then the next day I'll end up having to heat up the pot and pull the skin off and do it that way. But I find it's just easier to just do it all in one day. Just do it. Even if it's getting late. The sun's going down now. It's been a pretty gray, rainy day, so it was a good day to make chicken broth. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope it helps. I know it's kind of unusual to cook with a whole chicken nowadays, that you can just make so much from it. I mean, you've got beautiful shredded chicken meat and it's ready. It's ready to make enchiladas. It's ready for chicken casserole. It's ready for, chicken salad. Just eat it cold, eat it like barbecue, stir fry it. Like it's just like a meal in a bag at this point. And the broth freezes wonderfully. It's my favorite way to store soups and broth, is to just stick them in the freezer. Again, these are little, what are they, quarts, 2 cups. I love these things. I'll link a Amazon link to these little containers down below. They've lasted really well. I've had this set for about 2 years now, and I use them all the time. I've had a couple break, but 2 years in and out of the freezer, that's pretty good. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you with your whole chickens and how to cook them. And like I said, it's just my favorite way. I love this chicken so much, and I hope you guys do too. If you've made something like this, I'd love to hear in the comments below. Let me know, and God bless. Have a wonderful day on your homestead. We'll see you on the next one.